Welcome to the Calyrex Game Corner's Pokemon D&D campaign, featuring Cindy, a young vagabond from the Hoenn region with pyromaniac tendencies, Gimli, a stocky, burly miner from Sinnoh looking for his lost son, Elodie, an enthusiastic foodie and baker from Kalos, and Schmidt, an enigmatic man from Johto with a duck. My name is Rich and I'm the Game Master, and this is Dunsparce and Drampa. Well, the last that we left you guys, you took refuge at the stronghold being Cindy's grandparents' house. We are going to start this session fairly nebulously because we are under the assumption that you spent a day or two just kind of resting, healing, and perhaps doing other things that are self-improvement or party improvement. So let's all just kind of vibe and get some RP in for our downtime and see if we can get some stat boosts or new moves or level ups or something based on what you've been thinking about.
I think Cindy was going to try and see if she can find more information about like Gumi and what Gumi can do, because Gumi's not a fire type.
Sure. You're going to reference your grandfather's study, I'm guessing, or do you have other things in the house that you're trying to like do?
I was thinking the study.
Okay, sure. Just roll me like a intelligence and add 6.
16 plus 6.
You pull out a little, it's like it's a very old kind of leather-bound book, The Traveler's Guide to Kalos on it. And thanks maybe to your own memory or perhaps to Elodie's knowledge. When you did catch Gumi, I believe Elodie noted that it was a Kalos region Pokemon. You learn a little bit about Gumi's draconic origin. You learn that they are a versatile species that learns a whole variety of moves, and they are generally formidable and bulky for dragon types. You see a selection of skills that can be taught to Gumis that are Cookie's level. Among them are the moves Body Slam, Dragon Pulse, and Protect. Do you have any interest in any one of those moves?
Dragon Pulse sounds interesting.
Okay. So we can say that Cindy takes Gumi outside. Hopefully she has the smarts enough to do that before trying to teach this thing.
I think after we fix the roof, she might have some sense to take this outside.
Okay, cool. It's a crisp morning. The sun is shining. What do you say to Gumi to inspire it to try a new technique?
I would assume that like the book might have like a picture in it.
Yeah, it totally does.
And like I would show it to Gumi and be like, "You need to be like this."
Perfect. Roll something for Gumi. Just roll a d20 and add wisdom, because it should be an inherent ability that Gumi has access to.
I rolled a 15, and Gumi has no wisdom.
You know,
no modifier.
That's sufficient though. Gumi sees it, and Cookie lets out a little nod and goes, "Bah!" And it opens its mouth and it charges up a beam and it blasts into the horizon. Just a purple, bluish, kind of yellowy aura shooting from its mouth. And that sure did look like a Dragon Pulse. Do you wish to learn Dragon Pulse?
Yes.
Okay. I am forcing you to remove tackle for it. You have no choice. It's a very simple move. I can describe it and you can write it. It is 50 feet. And the damage is 2d6 plus 3. Certainly Cookie's strongest move currently, which they have been sorely lacking.
Is anybody else nervous giving Cindy a big laser?
Any other things that you wanted to do with your friends?
I think I wanted to practice like weird skills, like solely lighting a fire for like light, not just to burn everybody.
Okay.
And things like that, like practical. I guess I'll roll first, and that determines how well it goes.
Kind of, yeah. Unless you had like a technique in mind, but yes. Roll wisdom for solely.
I rolled a 13.
You're looking for like more practical uses of fire. You know, you managed to harvest some wood out in the forest, and you're instructing Soli to do it not as an attack, but as kind of help. Soli kind of grasps it, doesn't quite get it perfectly, but she does get a permanent +2 to survival checks.
That's awesome.
I will give you uno mas activity if you wish, or you can wait to see what the other people are doing and maybe join them. I don't know.
I'll see what everyone else is doing and see what trouble I can cause for everyone else.
Okay, who's next?
I can go next. That's fine.
Okay. What are you thinking about doing, Gimli?
I think first thing in the morning is like I'm gonna make sure like no one's in the study or anything like first thing and see if I can call my wife.
Okay, yeah. It seems like the study's empty. There's a book, The Traveler's Guide to Kalos, on the table, but no one's currently in there. So
Cindy forgot to put it away.
Cindy, of course, forgot to put it away. First I'm gonna be like, I was like, I think someone left this out, and I'm just gonna tuck it back in the shelf where I think it belongs.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, I'm gonna sit down and dial up the wife.
Okay. Gimli, I understand you have this like pretty rehearsed. You have an idea for what you want to do here. You call your wife, and there's no response.
Oh no.
To the best of your knowledge, she should be available. This is a time of day in Sinnoh that is perfectly fine. I don't really mean to pull the rug out from under you, but there has been something in the campaign that's been established that this could be a possibility. If you roll a good enough history check, I will point you in the right direction.
I'll roll for history, and that's based off int, right?
Yep. Which is going to be hard for you, but if you do it well enough, I'll help
you. Yeah, I'm
you
big
out.
dumb. Yeah, that's not good enough. 11.
11, yeah. You're not sure. You're a little confused. For all you know, Gemma should be available.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I maybe she's out or something. I'll just leave her a message because I don't know. So just leave her a message, kind of like just going over the details of everything, saying like, I think I'm coming closer to our boy based on the adventures we're having. Could drive me in the right direction. Miss her, love her, tell Penelope I said hi, all the gang.
Great.
Like just a basic message, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't want to like ruin you when you messaged me saying you had a plan, but it is provable.
That's what I was mostly asking for clarity. It wasn't like I was like, this is exactly how I want it to go. I was just like, I was like, hey, if this is gonna go through, like, okay. So I guess second thing, I'm gonna I want to patch the roof, but what I'm gonna do first is because I want to establish something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna train with my guys a little bit in a couple maneuvers.
Okay.
That I wanted to practice. So
sure.
I obviously. People know about my little combo attack, so I do want to practice it both ways. Where I have Trevor like obviously get launched by Toidle, and then I also want to see if they can pull off the opposite and practice that, where Trevor is like a board for Torkel to like blast off of to turn them into like a fireball kind of style flying type of maneuver.
Does Toidle lay on his back to achieve that? Or I guess like Boldor's kind of like jagged, so maybe not laying on his back, but like
it's
Boulder
mostly
holds
like
him up or something. I don't know.
It mostly I would think it would go like kind of like they're using in place of like can use Trevor in place of a wall, since Trevor like resists fire anyway, and they can brace themselves regardless that it's going to happen. They can just like use it to like propel themselves forward off of that and like kind of get a jet set started.
Okay, yeah, give me some rolls for them.
There's 2d8s, right?
Yes, and this is the default Toidle launching Boldor.
Yes. So I'll do that first. 4 and 5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good. I think, where am I taking them? I'm going to take them somewhere that's like not very high damage and kind of give them a target, like kind of like because we're in like not just complete like it's just open fields and woods, right? Okay, so I'm going to give them like a target towards like a tree and be like, okay, guys, we're going to try to aim this up. And like set it up, and then Tortle like takes pose, and then Trevor like kind of sets up on top of them like we would normally, and we just go for the launch from there and like try to target the tree.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that went pretty well. I would like to reward Toidle with a permanent +1 to con, and I would like to reward Trevor immunity to environmental heat and flame effects, and advantage on throws to prevent burn.
Okay. I like that. That's interesting.
So you'll have to keep track of that in his passives and stuff. But
I got it. I'm putting it under, I guess I put it under passives, not proficiencies. Let's see. Okay. And I guess I'll roll for the reverse of like trying to be like kind of a wall. I guess that's really nice for the bonus that he's like,
that's the idea.
Able to take hits from the environmental heat effects.
Yes.
So I roll for that one now.
Sure.
That other combo.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Let's see what we do here. 2-4.
Who's getting launched here? Toidle.
Yeah.
You can give Toidle 50% temporary HP, and that will last until it gets depleted. Is there anything else you want to do with your friends?
So while we're in this training session, I kind of want to teach Liz to kind of grab onto my pickaxe, not on like the sharp side, but sort of like if I turn it horizontal, like the flat side, and like kind of grab on like shell facing out, so that way I can utilize my pickaxe as a hammer too.
Okay. Using their noodly body.
Yeah, so they're gonna like basically bind to or like wrap around like the actual pickaxe at the top and just kind of cover, and then their shell side is completely out on the other side.
So what is this technique for? Like, is it wielding the pickaxe as a weapon?
It's like a utility thing, so like I can switch my pickaxe to be like also a hammer if we have to utilize it for
using
different
Liz
things.
as a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Okay. I'm gonna make you make 2 different checks, and one of them is gonna be a lot harder than the other.
Sure.
I need you to make a con check just to like see how into it they are about being smashed, which they're probably fine with. So that's gonna be easy. But you are also gonna have to make a dexterity check to see how well they can hold on to the pickaxe, and they do have negative dexterity. This is something you might be able to train if it doesn't succeed right away. So
okay, the con I got a 16.
Okay.
The dex I got an 11.
I would imagine that as you're practicing this maneuver, Liz hangs on for one strike against whatever you're swinging at, and then just drops off onto the ground. And they don't get hurt; they just tuck their noodles in. But there's some work to be done with the tenacity of the maneuver.
All right, I pet Liz. Tell them, "Good job. We're gonna get better at this."
They go,
"Oh." I'm sure we're on a berry farm, so I kind of want to give Liz some like berries to hold on to because of berry juicer.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
You could roll a berry check, I guess, or if you want to collaborate with Cindy, you might have better luck.
Actually, yeah, I might talk to Cindy about that. And then I get like, would that eat up all my last bits? Just like if I've talked to Cindy, because I do want to fix the roof at some point.
Do you have a special flavor for fixing the roof?
I don't. I might want to see if the gang will collaborate with me actually on fixing the roof. Because
then we can save that for different.
Yeah, we can save.
If it's not a stat oriented thing, then we can save it for later.
Yeah.
I could get the 2 of you to roll d20s and combine your roll. How's that?
What, for berry stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll a d20 on mine, and then I got a 12.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay. Good thing you got the combo.
Berries.
Yeah.
So 21 is perfectly serviceable. You managed to find 3 citrus berries.
So I'll take one, you take one, and then I'll give one to Liz. That seem good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
How were the berries doing that were fertilized by the dead body we found and buried?
Oof.
They seem to be doing fine. Because you spent so much time here, the berries don't look as good as they did when you and your grandparents and Pumpkin were all living there like happily, but they look good. Like they're still high quality berries, and the fertilizer's great and the soil's great, and like Pumpkin and the grass types are helping raise them very well, but they're just not quite the same. They're not the same product.
They're not getting the same attention as they were when my grandparents were here.
They're missing that green thumb a little bit, but like be damned, they're probably still the best berries in Hoenn for sure. Elodie Schmidt, what are you doing in your downtime?
Anxiety attack.
Anxiety attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Over the mysterious message?
Yeah, just kind of everything.
Okay. Does Schmidt express this in any particular way? How does Schmidt cope, you know?
I don't know. Probably just like pacing and talking to himself.
Okay.
Like he looks like he's having a bad time.
Understandable. Are his team members involved at all? Quacko doesn't. He's going to be out probably. So, is Quacko involved in this? Does Quacko pace as well? Does Quacko try and comfort Schmidt? What do you think? My headcanon says he would just pace as well.
Yeah, he would just follow along with the pacing.
Yeah,
kind of
probably.
Yeah.
Is there anything else on Schmidt's mind besides anxiety?
No, not really.
Okay.
If we're safe, we'll probably let everyone out.
Okay, everyone's vibing.
And just hang. Yeah.
Okay.
Get Richie kind of familiar with everyone else.
Okay.
Because I think it's just we caught them and then immediate action.
Yeah, pretty much. So how does Elodie want to spend her downtime?
But I feel like, character-wise, Elodie would check in on Schmidt.
Okay.
Definitely try and make him food or something.
Okay.
And yeah, just kind of, I don't know, probably just bring him food and be like, you don't have to talk, but I'm worried about you, and I hope you're doing okay. And then just leave it at that.
Does Schmidt react, respond, etc.?
Yeah. I think Schmidt tells her.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh man.
It should be in Grace's DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Oh no.
Oh gosh. So
Yeah.
Schmidt just like, I can imagine just hands this to Elodie or something.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like, have a look.
he probably like hands it to her and then just like starts pacing around the room with like his hands on his head and is like talking to himself. It's like, I can't believe this happened.
For clarity, for anyone who may be listening, this is the subpoena that was issued to Schmidt immediately following his gym challenge from the Johto police in Goldenrod City.
This seems kind of silly because, like, shouldn't they know that, like, you can't, like, do that?
I mean, not necessarily.
Court ordered complete 6 gym badge challenge, please.
Court order to complete 6.
Yeah. Speedrun gym challenge and come back, please.
Fair. Right. Amazing. Oh, wow.
So that's been on Schmidt's mind.
Yeah.
I can imagine that is heavy to deal with.
It's a bit much.
I don't know if you
to
know
clarify. Wait, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Quacko was originally Schmidt's roommate, and then Schmidt's roommate bailed and just left Quacko.
Right. So to clarify, you didn't like intentionally steal Quacko.
No, I did not burgle the duck.
No. Right.
What great
Burgle
phrasing.
the duck.
Did not burgle the duck.
Right. You know what? I think everything is gonna be okay.
You sound confident.
Yup.
Roll deception. No, don't
Okay.
do it. No. I mean, you could.
If you insist, I mean.
Yeah. Did Elodie ask what Schmidt wanted to eat, or did she make something?
I guess just kind of starting with like research in the library about maybe singing moves that Pokemon can learn.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Roll me like a looking for a book check.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, you don't find any necessarily like scientific literature, but you find a children's book titled Nathaniel's Noisy Neighbors. And it's an illustrated book of like a kid, and he's plugging his ears, and he's in like a cartoon house, and in the house next door, there's these big squarish purple Pokemon with giant mouths, and they're shouting. If you flip through it, you may be able to find some information about noisy stuff.
Sure, I will flip through it.
It shows Nathaniel in all sorts of different situations where he's just trying to do homework or he's just trying to sleep, and his noisy neighbors are making too much noise. On one page, they are using uproar. On another page, they are using hyper voice. On another page, they invite some friends over. Little pink round friend uses sing. On another page, they invite a little scaly dragon who does a very fun dance and uses clanging scales. Nathaniel this whole time is like trying to get chores done. He's like trying to like do schoolwork and sleep and
poor kid,
complete a puzzle. And yeah, he's just getting wrecked by this. He invites some tiger striped dog friends over, and they use the move roar. He invites some moody, angsty little puppies to join the other dogs, and they use the move snarl. Last but not least, he invites a whole bunch of cows to his house, and they all start jumping up and down using the move heel bell. And the story ends, and Nathaniel basically gets no respite, and he's like miserable. And that's the whole story.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah. I hope you got something out of that. Does LD intend to do anything with that information?
She's like, I as a person know that like one of these moves, I can have one of my Pokemon learn, but Ellie wouldn't know that. So I'm trying to figure out how she could get to that point.
She might. You could just like roll and guess, because like you did.
Sure.
The Whisk Takers had a performance, so like
we did.
I think if anything, LD might just troubleshoot and like ask, like kind of like how Cindy did. I don't know. I don't want to RP for you, but
no, I think that would make sense. Let's take a look at maybe hyper voice. Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Okay.
Maybe I was actually wrong. Yeah, maybe like if I could like I don't know, do research on like hyper voice, see if there's like a way I could teach it to my Pokemon. Do like could I teach it to them in like a role playing way of being like, oh, like there's this move that we can do. Maybe we have like a little like band practice
Okay.
or something like that.
Sure.
Would that work?
Absolutely. Little band practice time. Are you trying to teach like the whole squad, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're trying to like practice hyper voice, how do you think Elodie would encourage these lads to try and get to that point? Like, are you just gonna sit down and say band practice? Or are you gonna be like give an instruction? You just want to have them shout, basically. Just pop off.
Go high energy. Yeah.
Super annoy your party members who are doing other things right now.
Exactly.
Make Schmidt's anxiety worse.
Schmidt probably yells too, and he's like, "Can you keep it down? I'm having an anxiety attack."
Great. Do you have any special goals here? Or are you just trying to see if any or all of them can acquire this move?
I mean, like if we could get in like a bit of like training, that would be nice.
Okay. Oh, you mean like training besides trying to learn a move?
Yeah, just like practicing together, having coordination.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Let's do one thing at a time.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you want to do aforementioned coordination, team mechanics, or do you want to do move learning?
Let's do move learning.
Okay. Roll 4d20, not at the same time, and you need to specify which ones are which.
I will have Bubblegum go first.
Okay, don't worry about modifiers. I have your stuff pulled up so I can do them myself.
That was a 4.
Okay.
Then I guess we'll do Cabbage. That was a 13.
Okay.
Swablu, Blueberry, that's the same. And that was a 5.
Okay.
And that was a 5.
Okay. I regret to inform you that none of them are able to learn the move Hyper Voice. However, I would like to increase Grape Juice's charisma to 12, and I want to give Bubblegum another shot at the Hyper Voice roll.
That was a 15.
Okay. Bubblegum would like to learn Hyper Voice. Which move are you trying to delete?
Ooh. Feel like I might get rid of Encore.
It is a normal type move because you've Torrent. The damage is 2d8 plus 2.
Awesome. Nice. Thank you.
You notice that after learning this move, that Bubblegum is just coursing with energy. Bubblegum is popping off right now. He's blowing bubbles incessantly, and little torrents of water are just like spewing in circles around his body every now and then. Little aqua rains coming out. Anything else, Cindy?
Since you mentioned that Cindy's grandparents have a computer or PC, I think I'd want to practice Izzy's fire jetpack situation.
Oh, right.
Just to get that a little more solidified, so that way, when I can have more Pokemon in my party, to be able to use that.
Sure. Roll a d20 and add 2.
That's a 9.
It's not very good. It kind of scatters, goes wide. Izzy looks determined and wants you to try Uno Mas.
That was worse.
Okay.
That's a 7 total.
Yeah. Izzy's been in the PC for a minute. She doesn't really she's not familiar with the jetpack, but she still looks determined. She's not ready for another shot, but doing her best. Any other little downtime activities that the party wants to do? There could be some group activities for fixing the roof. That's an option.
The roof. I feel like because Cindy is bad at actually fixing the roof, she'd probably be bothering Schmidt, who's probably too anxious to fix the roof.
Okay. What does this look like? You could RP.
Yeah, probably being obnoxious.
Just being obnoxious, asking questions.
Hey, why are you pacing? Why do you look uncomfortable?
Schmidt probably doesn't handle that well.
Okay.
He'd probably just go off on the cheeses.
Okay, cool.
She's like, why does cheeses look weird? It's like, it's artisanal. A child wouldn't understand.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got right now.
That's fine. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So am I doing this on my own or? It's not like you can help me fix the roof.
Well, you got your Pokemon too. Don't forget.
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm curious if it's a solo affair or not. I hate to be all engineer on you, but what's the estimation on the size of this roof?
The hole in the roof, or
in terms of the
hole?
The hole, yeah. No, the hole.
That's not a bad question. I would say if an Onyx's head went through it, it probably caused a little bit more damage than the size of Onyx's head. So to me, that's like a 15-foot diameter.
I guess we can do. I kind of want to use Tortle and Trevor to see if I can like rock tomb around the hole to kind of create a seal.
Okay.
And then like sand attack to sort of like fill it up and like edge out like any openings that could be within the rocks.
Okay.
We probably end up having to support that while it gets sand attack to kind of like bind everything together. And then we would just burn it at the end to like lock it in place.
Okay. If I were to roll those, I think those are all kind of precision work, so I would ask for dex for all of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. Let's see.
The saves aren't gonna be super high because it's not like the roof is moving or anything. But
right, I know it's still dex rolls. I got -2, 0.
We burned sand. Does that make it a glass sunroof?
You could make a window. It'd be extra hard, a window, but you could make a sunroof if you really wanted
to. Just crit and get a sunroof.
I would have solely work for that if that were a possibility with like flamethrower after you get everything else squared away.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like what I would do because I have rope too. I have about 30 feet of rope that I can attempt to. If it's a 15-foot diameter. I mean, I can only do like a cross brace. That would be it. And I have a couple anchors that I can lock it in place because I want to be able to like hold the rocks in place while this is like all happening. Mm-hmm. But it's a little bit too wide, I would think, for the rock tomb. Going full dad mode here. It's like I'm fixing the roof.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get Lebowski out here as well. So we're gonna go harvest some wood, gather that up, and then it's gonna be me, Lebowski, and we're probably gonna use Trevor, and we're gonna like, I guess, use like rock blast to create like pseudo nails because I don't think we have nails.
Okay.
And sort of like do the construction work by hammering this into place. So it's like, I guess, less precision work now.
My logic here is I'm just looking at their bodies. Right.
Yeah.
And I think Boldor and Geodude are like kind of splintery.
Launch some stones off you, would you? Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. You got it.
Okay.
So roll in that order of operations, I suppose. Gathering wood won't be a problem.
No,
I don't think that's even worth rolling for. But everything else, I think, is for the most part a dex check. Hammering stuff in is going to be strength.
Okay. So Lebowski placing stuff in position. Placing the wood in position.
Okay.
Trevor producing the nails. And then hammering stuff.
Okay.
Is that the correct order?
Sure, I like it.
A 3.
He's holding it in place, and he like doesn't get the proper grip, and his hand slips a little bit, but he's very determined. He's pressing as hard as he can. Make another roll.
15, so then -2 is 13.
Yeah, he holds it in place. That is sufficient to hold it in place. Yeah. He picked it up. He's got it. What comes next?
So now Trevor has to produce nails via rock blast, basically.
Okay, let's see it.
So 4 -2 is 2.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even make it to the roof. It goes wide and it bounces off the side of the house. He wasn't going for force, so it doesn't really damage. There's like a little dent, but yeah, that was a bit of a yikes.
Cindy checks the tool shed.
Yeah, can you check the tool shed for me? I was like, okay, our makeshift one isn't working. Do we have any tools around?
What tools are you looking for? Like a hammer and stuff?
Nails.
Just like hammer and nails. Yeah,
there's a basic toolbox in the shed. You can totally make use of that.
Okay, yeah, let's scoop those up.
Cindy, roll a perception.
12.
Okay. You feel like when you pull the toolbox out, there's like a strange rolling in the shed, but you don't pay much minding to it.
Love that.
Open up,
and then proceed to continue to annoy Schmidt.
Cool.
Is your hair turning gray? You look worried.
Okay. So I guess the next is just like, now that we iron that out, I just have the tools and I'm going to do like the strength check, I guess, for hammering.
Do it. Yep.
Okay.
Are you, or is one of your Pokemon hammering?
I am doing that.
Okay. Well, no, like you shouldn't need to strength check that. That should just work. If you have the tools, you don't need to roll for that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much guaranteed. Like,
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you do that. You plank up the roof.
Okay.
Are you gonna do anything with that sand you were talking about?
I got to see about. Well, there's still a giant hole in the actual house, so
Right.
that's the next project.
Okay.
But that's probably a venture for a different time.
I think it
I
is.
spent all night like fixing the roof.
Yeah, I think the time is running out. Excellent. Thanks, guys. Great downtime. Now, it is the next day. Everyone is rested and fed, and some people's Pokemon feel a little bit more on top of it. What is your plan of action?
All right, gang. So, got options. Yeah, where do we want to go? We got so many things. Like, there's so much lore here.
Do we feel ready for Jagged Pass?
We could go to Mount Pyre and help the ghosties get their home back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. How ready do we think we need to be for Jagged Pass? It's just the old team hideout. We don't know what's there.
You said that there might be like current team activity there.
Well,
But their HQ is in Mawile, though. Or Mauville. Mauville. It's not like they're just also vibing like their home bases in Jagged Pass like it was for like Team Magma, you know?
Well, and their like big blimp thing with all their like whatever people in it, and the big Gundam guy went east, so they wouldn't be there.
Right. Might be a safe bet. Listen, I've been itching to go to Jagged Pass since we like started this whole campaign because we were edged on with that one for a while ago.
Right.
So.
Like I feel like that's like our next priority is because like that was our only lead on Cindy's grandparents.
Yeah.
Does Schmidt have any input on this?
Yeah, Schmidt. What do we
I
need?
was muted again.
I was like,
oh no.
Well, now that we know about this stuff, so what do we need to do for Schmidt first?
I'm
worried about that. Like, as much as I want to go to Jagged Pass, I am worried about that.
I don't know what's wrong with Schmidt.
Okay. Do we tell Cindy? I think we have to by this point.
If you want to, I can send it to make it easier.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay. Yeah, you're committing? You want Cindy to know?
Yeah.
Okay. She has it. She sees the
Oh,
message.
no.
Oh no. It was pretty much really like the gut reaction. I mean, but what can we do about this, Ethan?
I think our lawyer.
Could we send, I don't know, a letter to the judge asking for, I don't know, something?
Well, don't they know that Hoen's under like
we're detained.
Lockdown?
That's what I said.
Well, I feel like a lawyer would be able to like solve this better than just us writing a letter to a judge.
Yeah, I guess so.
We should probably find a
Maybe
lawyer.
on our way to Jagged Pass, if we go through any cities, we can look for a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one in Mavo.
That just got half destroyed, but yeah, sure.
Well,
How much like time do we have?
a week.
And it's
been. Wait, when did you get this?
It's been 2 days, I want to say.
Yeah.
5 days.
Lawyer would probably have a phone also to call to do it faster. So it
Is
wouldn't
there
be
like
like
a phone book in the house?
Yellow pages.
You could search for it.
The Pikachu pages?
Yeah.
The Pikachu pages.
Pika pages.
The Pika pages.
Yeah, you could try and look for one with intelligence check.
+2. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, there is one. It doesn't have a whole lot of international numbers, but it does have a whole bunch of Hoenn numbers.
We definitely need some Hoenn numbers because we can't leave. So,
okay, what are you looking for?
Some kind of attorney we can call for consultation.
You find a few names. You see nautical insurance and injury safety. His name is Luca Rooney in Slateport City. He's a lawyer there. A criminal allegations lawyer in Mauville. Their name is Clementine Sawyer. You see a Pokemon related injury lawyer who is in Fall Arbor Town. Their name is Patricia Ryan. There's lots of like business corporate lawyers of all sorts of names in Restboro. That's basically it for the most part.
So,
I mean, the criminal one is in Marvel.
I'm thinking the criminal allegation one might be pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And in Marvel too, like that's
yeah.
That's serendipity.
Give him a call.
Pretty, yeah.
You're gonna call up Clementine Sawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. The phone rings. You've reached the office of Clementine Sawyer. How can I help you?
Oh fuck! I gotta RP this.
Yep.
You don't have to, but like say what Schmidt would say, or you can say it as Schmidt. Either one.
Hi, I'm looking for consultation on some allegations. I was sent a subpoena, and I was looking to get some consultation on that.
I feel like Gimli is like coaching. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, is Gimli like saying this over Schmidt's shoulder?
Basically, I'm like, we've been through this in the mines before. There's plenty of times people get sued.
Hell yeah. Have you been issued a subpoena? And if so, what's the date?
So you were issued a subpoena from the Johto region a few days ago.
They say the office of Clementine Sawyer is rather backed up with requests for quotes and consultations, but we can get you in either in 2 weeks for 200 Pokédollars, or we can see you tomorrow for 1,000. And it seems like the secretary's just kind of making this up.
Well, that would be beyond the the date. Are you sure there isn't any way we can try to get in there?
They said we can get in tomorrow for 1,000.
Right, but that does seem pretty steep for a consultation.
You sure it's 1,000?
For a consultation?
Roll a perception or insight. No, persuasion. Roll a persuasion.
Like, I'm not looking to hire a lawyer here. I'm looking for a consultation.
Oh, shit. I forgot I'm proficient in persuasion.
Yeah.
I need to be on that. So it's +2. That's a dirty 21.
The dirty 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, well, you just got to understand that Clementine Sawyer is very busy with all of this chaos that happened in Mauville a couple days ago. But, you know, they've been looking for something. And maybe if you have it, I can get you to cut in line a little bit sooner. We could probably see you today. They've been going on and on about a strange Pokemon that looks like spaghetti. And he's been wanting to see it all of his life. So if you bring the spaghetti Pokemon, then we can get you in sooner. You just got to bring it to the front desk.
No, nothing.
What kind of spaghetti?
Yeah, spaghetti. Yeah, we got one of those lying around. We can totally. Yeah, we'll bring it by. Swing it by tomorrow.
The secretary says, "Well, if you have it, we'd love to see it today."
Yeah. We'll swing it by today.
Okay, great. And she gives you the address. It's pretty close to the police station.
Okay, cool.
All right. So
where is this spaghetti Pokemon?
I have a Shuckle.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I was like, it's either Shuckle or Tangela. So
my first instinct was Tangela.
This one, I think, and
I was like, where are we gonna find a Tangela?
Yeah, where's Tangela? Did we note what Pokemon came out of those Pokeballs that he had? Was there a Tangela amongst the group?
I don't believe there was.
I did not write those down.
Okay.
That's another reason to go to that part of town.
Right. We can coin toss on the Shuckle here and bring Liz along.
Cool.
Oh, true, and we do need to return those Pokemon.
Or do you?
Yeah, we can bring it to the police station on the way anyway.
Yeah, after solving Schmidt's issue with stealing Pokemon, we'll just steal more. It'll be fine.
We're stealing if they were already stolen.
I did write down what I think the Pokemon were, or what some of them were.
That's good.
We have a Togetic, a Dragonfly, which I think is like a Yanma, Nidorina, Porygon, some moth-looking one, Scorpy, Mantine, Jumpluff, Cyndaquil, Lillipuff, Blade Hands, Onyx.
That's the list.
That's what I got.
Blade Hands. You didn't write the Onyx down?
No, Onyx was the last one.
Onyx was after Blade Hands.
Okay.
I don't know what Blade Hands was.
Blade Hands. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, we'll get those Pokeballs back. We'll go see the lawyer. I got Liz on deck. We're good. We'll show them the spaghetti mon.
All right.
Cool. Is that the plan of action? Is that what you do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team.
Go team.
Go team.
You all leave your refuge, the stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking out, it's a nice sunny afternoon. And sitting down, leaning up against the fence that separates the street from Cindy's grandparents' house, is a very lanky, skinny dude who's wearing all black, wearing a visor. And he's just taking a snooze right outside the house.
Wearing a visor? Does he have like...
He's too
Anyone want to
energy.
perceive this boy?
Yikers.
In all black? I don't like people wearing all black.
He's a Seepto.
He is a Seepto.
Not sneaky enough for this.
This is a whole situation.
What do we want to do about this boy?
Can't we like catch a break? Why can't we like make a plan and then do it?
Do you want to ignore this guy? Or we're at a bit. He's like at our house, right?
He's like at our we can't ignore that.
Right,
Yeah.
because he could steal something or whatever.
He knows
Right.
where we live.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Okay.
Well, do we?
So he gets flamethrowed while he's asleep. Can he make a saving throw?
Jesus Christ! Can we just wake him up?
We just kill him.
I
Yeah,
do
why are
need
you trying to just murder
I
him?
do need a consensus, but
I don't know. We don't want to burn this. We don't know who this person is. And last time we were in some hot water when I kicked something. I'm cool with just trying to wake this dude up right now.
okay.
We're 4 people and there's 1 dude.
True. Yeah. No, I agree. I think we can handle him.
That there are no
Wow.
other people.
Like it's not like an 8-foot tall monolith of a man is sleeping outside our house. It's some skinny dude.
Some twink.
Some twink. Just in full black garb, just like hanging out. Yeah, let's wake him up.
What is your means of waking him up?
Who wants to poke him?
I'm not touching him.
I'll poke him. That's fine. I'll poke him.
Poke him?
Oi!
Roll a poke check.
Actually, no. I'll just intimidate, yell at him, then not even poke him. I'm gonna
Okay.
yell at him.
Do you want to roll for that or not?
Yeah, I'll roll intimidation.
Okay.
Oh God, a dirty 21.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, dirty 23. Sorry.
Okay. He is shocked because he's asleep, so this is even more effective. This dude springs up and like literally like a spring because he's so tall and skinny. He goes, whoa, and he kind of runs backwards a little bit. Roll a perception.
5.
The sun's kind of in your eyes, but it seems like the way that the sun is hitting him is making a weird shadow. He springs up and he says, whoa, I'm not here for trouble. Listen,
Well, what are you here for?
I just came to talk to you. I just came to talk.
Okay, who are you?
My name is Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
My boss sent me here because I understand that you've encountered a lot of my admin cohorts. And let me make this clear. My boss sent me here not starting trouble. I was given instructions not to go in the house. Just came here to talk. I don't want any trouble here. But I came here to ask, why? Why are you doing these things? If you keep it up, you're going to get hurt. We're going to have no option but to take action.
You know, this went from not being threatening to being a threat, bud.
He said,
Yeah,
listen.
seriously.
He says, listen, I don't want to fight. And he clutches at a Pokeball in his belt.
I don't want to fight either, but you came to our place starting stuff. So we're not interfering with anything. You guys just keep making trouble. And we just happen to be there. And we don't like when trouble's happening. So
This dude says, look, we have a grand ambition and we're not going to stop just for the likes of yous, all right? Why'd you have to talk to that creature and take the Atlas Stone? I mean, this could all be over if you just hand it over. Why'd you have to go to the Weather Institute and stop Callisto from what she was doing? That was really important for us. What were you doing in Mauville?
what were we doing in Mauville, one of the biggest cities in the country? That's a dumb question, bud.
It seemed like really appropriate timing for you to mess with our equipment. I just want to know what you're after, and maybe we can give it to you and you can leave us alone.
Not after
My
anything.
grandparents.
Yeah, we're after some of the people that you kidnapped. People have disappeared because of you guys. People that we care about.
Kind of looks up in like a pretending to think sort of way. He's like, well, we've kidnapped a lot of people. I can't keep track of all of them.
You're
I
kind
don't
of
know which
leaving
ones.
a trail and making a lot of enemies along your grand ambition. I'm gonna level with you. You're not making a lot of friends along the way here.
Yuri says, do you think we care about making friends?
You clearly do if you're coming to talk to us and you're worried about us interfering. Other people might do the same thing if you keep doing what you're doing.
He says, listen, They put me on diplomacy and espionage for a reason. So I'm here to chat.
Good at it, bud.
Why not just give us the Atlas Stone like we want?
I was given direct orders to not hand over the Atlas Stone.
Mm-hmm. Who gave you those orders? That foul creature?
Foul? What did she ever do to you?
Oh, you don't know about her. And he just kind of snickers.
We sure know about you.
You just met me. You don't know anything about me.
I could just tell based on how you're talking to us what you're all about, bud. Diplomacy? You're awful at your job there.
I just came here for reasons.
Nothing but threaten us, and then that's it. And question our motives when we answered your question, first of all. So...
You have not answered why. Why do you have the Atlas Stone?
Why not? Why don't you have it? Ain't good enough? That's funny.
Ooh. Roll a... I want to roll like
that feels intimidation.
Yeah, just do that.
It's a taunt.
Just do that.
He's taking emotional damage.
Yeah.
Seriously, that was so harsh.
damage.
That was good.
16?
16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he takes a little bit of mental damage. He's revealed that he has like some insecurities. You're not sure of the source, but he just like didn't really like how that went. He says, "You will not talk to one of the admins of Team Neo Rocket Galactic that way." And he seems very heated and embarrassed.
You don't really value like your organization as a whole to respect that type of position. So you're just a guy to me. You're just some skinny dude on our property making vague threats to nothing. So you can just back up, go run off to your bosses, and go do your thing. We'll just be in the wings doing our thing. And if we cross paths again, maybe something bad will happen. Because you're making me quite mad here, bud. You're not really doing your diplomacy job that you came out here to talk to. You wanted us to stop and then just threaten us. That's a good idea.
He says, "All right, well, here's the deal."
Oh, here's the deal. Okay.
If you want diplomacy, here's the deal. You give me the Atlas Stone, or we're going to blow up the moon.
The moon? What the...
Okay.
We got some intel from one of your friends, and we have reason to believe that what we're looking for might be up there.
Okay. I don't...
Good luck trying to blow up the moon.
What the fuck is happening right now?
He looks really embarrassed because he realized how outrageous that claim seems, but he also feels like really
straight
invested.
Up, honestly, like I don't want to say this another intimidation roll. I actually just laugh in his face.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
I'm good. Like, I'm just 15.
15. Yeah, he's hurt. His lip is kind of quivering, and he's like very upset. And at this moment, he's planning a retort, and then he gets a chime from a tool on his wrist, and you hear a somewhat familiar voice say, "Hey, Uranus, where you at?"
Uranus? Stop it, buddy! Your code name's Uranus.
He puts his wrist to his face and turns around from you guys. He's like, "I told you to say Yuri. My name is Yuri."
Shouting over his intercom. Are you kidding me, bud? Your leader in diplomacy's name is Uranus?
He is very ashamed right now, and he says, "Just you wait, you're gonna be sorry." And he...
Yeah, I'm already sorry. I'm sorry I had to waste our time with you.
And
Let's go, guys.
He starts to run off towards the east.
I'm disgusted.
Nice. Nicely done. Good encounter. Glad that happened.
Before we leave, I think Cindy would want to just let Pumpkin know that like there are Team Neo Rocket Galactic grunts around.
Mm-hmm.
Words are hard. Just to be like, hey, like if you see people that shouldn't be here when we're not here, you should not let them nearby, or like do what you can to keep the house and stuff safe.
Pumpkin is understanding, and you know they've been doing it for a while, and he feels very on top of it. Do you do anything about this twink who's running away before he escapes?
They know where we are, though, so we should probably think about that in the meantime. But
can I burn him?
You can try.
Can Cindy,
if you want.
I'm not Cindy.
Solely. You can do whatever you want.
Well, he's gonna flamethrower because it's a 40-foot cone.
Yeah, that should reach.
He needs a 14 DC deck save.
Okay, he meets it exactly. And in fact, what happens is the strange shadow that Gimli saw near him sprouts out of the ground, and you see a big, long blue and red fish, and it shoots out a blast of water towards the flame that is about to hit Yuri, and then the fish goes back into the ground, and they continue to run.
I'm still dying. All right, let's just go.
Yeah, that's your encounter for the route, so you can make it to Mauville, no problem, if that's what you wish to do right now.
Yeah, that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. It's like 2 p.m. You haven't been to Mauville since you ran away, and it's in a state of disrepair that's a lot worse than you remember. There's a lot of collapsed buildings. There's a lot of people with their belongings just kind of like sitting out in the street. There's big skyscrapers that just have been like sliced in half, basically. There's a big cartoonish sign over the Mauville City Gym with a big red text that says temporarily relocated to Fall Arbor Town. It's a strange kind of, despite how sunny and nice out it is, it's pretty dismal and sad.
Well, they really did a number on this place, huh? I guess we're off to the police station.
Lawyer's office and the police station.
We can probably do police station first, right? I mean, that probably just depends. Like, well, I guess it doesn't matter.
They're really close to each other.
Yeah, we can just go drop off the balls.
Yeah, probably be faster.
Okay.
Like, hey, we recovered these from Team Neo Galactic. They stole a bunch of Pokemon. We're just turning them in hopes of finding their owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the campaign just every time I encounter one, just make fun of them.
Emotional damage.
Everyone but Rada. Rada scares me. Rada's twice my height. Like, I'm good.
Isn't Schmidt kind of twice Gimli's height too?
No, I think you got like a foot on me.
Maybe 50%.
Like, Rada's like straight up like 7.5, 8 feet tall. Like he's a monster. He shouldn't exist. Like he's just a mythological being.
Not that I'm trying to split the party, but like maybe me and Elodie could go to the police station to drop off the Pokeballs, and then Schmidt and Gimli could do the spaghetti lawyer thing.
Spaghetti lawyer.
Yeah, I guess I can be the adult in the room.
Because if they're right near each other, it wouldn't be splitting the party.
Okay,
right. Split the party. Let's go.
Let's split up, gang.
Okay.
Always a great decision.
Yeah, always good.
It always goes
buildings
well.
near each other.
It always goes well.
Okay. How do we want to do this? The police station's closer, so I'd probably start with that group first. I don't know if you want to remove yourselves or if you just want to listen, because it probably doesn't matter that much, because we'll see what develops. I don't know.
No.
Elodie and Cindy arrive at the police station. It is very busy. This is one of the busier places besides the Pokemon Center right now in downtown Mauville. There's like a line out the door with people who either are like they're with their families, or like they're alone and they're like they're on like communication devices. They're looking for people. It might take a while to get inside unless you just kind of rush past them, which is something you could do.
Is there like a clear line, or is it just kind of like chaos inside?
It's a line until the door, and then if you peek inside the door to the police station, it's chaos. You can hear the sounds of phones ringing. Cops are going all over the place. You see big Arcanine police dogs running around. It's a lot.
Well, I usually am full yeet. I would say wait in line.
Okay. And what did Elodie say?
I was asking if there's like a lost and found.
Maybe you could do a perception check.
13.
Not to your knowledge. It does seem that the inside is kind of split into like two separate areas. People are hugging the left wall and people are hugging the right wall to speak to different people behind glass, but you aren't sure what's going on necessarily. Spaghetti lawyer gain. You get to the office building. They're on the first floor, so you don't have to really go anywhere. This office building doesn't look very destroyed. It has some like rubble on it and stuff, but it's not like the worst. Okay. It says Office of Lawyer Clementine Sawyer. Do you enter?
Yes.
Okay. You do that. You see a secretary. It is true that the lobby is pretty full, but people are just kind of like chilling in the chairs. They're just like waiting for whatever. They're waiting for their meeting with Sawyer the Honorable. And she welcomes you in, and she says, "Hello, do you have an appointment?"
I say yes. I also have what's a subtle way to say this?
A certain spaghetti-like Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay. Oh, did you bring it?
Present Shuckle.
You present it?
Yeah, just like,
Yeah.
is this the one you were looking for?
She takes a look at it and her eyes go wide. And she says, "We'll get you in right away." And she picks up the phone. "Execute order 15." And
15.
Christ.
and there's like a little flash above the door that is locked that leads to the office. And you can hear like the sound of footsteps like madly rushing. And she says, "You can go in now." And the whole room gives you death glares because they don't understand why the fact that you have this stupid bug, it will let you get a consultation first. It makes no sense. Do you enter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's shambles. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Everyone's just glaring. They're so mad at you. You
order 15.
As you enter the office, it's a very regal office, and there's like large gemstones that are in frames all over the place, and there's like little sculptures. And there is one of the sculptures sticks out to you as a sculpture of a shuckle. But the sculpture part is made of marble, and then the noodly bits are like floppy. So it's just kind of like a rock that has holes in it, and then there's like yarn sticking out. And it's like pretty silly looking. As you enter, you walk past someone who's being shooed out of the office by a very wide person wearing a cowboy hat. He's kind of Gimli sized, but like a little bit taller and a little bit stouter. And he's like, "No, get on out of here. Shoo. And the person who was waiting to be consulted, she says, "But we weren't done. I have more questions." He says, "Nope, it's time to go." And he closes the door behind him and he says,
Can I ask how tall his hat is?
"Oh, it's like half of his height." It's just very tall.
So he's like Doug Dimmadome.
Clementine Sawyer is kind of like Doug Dimmadome in a way, but a lawyer. He turns around and he says, "Please tell me you brought my Shucky boy."
We have a Shuckly friend.
He says, please show me. Please show me right now. I can't wait any longer."
I present Liz too.
He goes to take Liz out of your hands. Do you let him?
I'll look at Liz first, see if Liz consents, because this is important to Liz. So.
Liz looks overall startled and confused.
She's a little startled. Do you want to take it a little slow? I'm sorry.
He says, "Do you want to meet now or not? We can reschedule this for later. I got to see this Shucky."
Liz, I'm sorry. You okay?
Liz gives you like a sad nod.
I'm sorry. Then hand over Liz. Thank you, Liz.
He just kind of picks up Liz, and they start to retreat a little bit. The noodles kind of tuck in. He's like, "Shucky!" And he holds it up above his head, above his hat. And in fact, he pushes his hat over like a little bit, and he just kind of spins in a circle. And he says, "Shucky, Shucky, 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 Shucky." And he's just so delighted to have a Shuckle in his office right now.
This is wild.
Yeah. It's almost like you two aren't even there. He's just prancing around with Liz right now. Let's check in with the friends at the police station for now.
Please.
More interesting party, I think.
Having a whole time. So.
Yeah. You managed to get inside the building, and it's pretty chaotic. The left line, you can't really see what window they're going to, but people are being handed paperwork, and they're moving over to like, there's no table space left because like people are sitting and stuff, and like the cops are running around, but they're going over to walls with a pen and they're like writing on forms. And then on the other side, there are people who are not completing forms, and they're just talking to someone behind a window. So basically, are you going right or left?
Do I remember where I went to before?
Yes, you went to the left window. You recognize, or Cindy especially recognizes that there's like a bulletin board there, and there's pictures of missing people in Pokemon, and one of them looks to be Poppy. You do that, and you wait in line for a minute, and you're getting kind of frustrated with how long it's taking, and you're wondering how long this consultation is going to be for the other fellows who are overdoing that. And they come up and they say, "What do you have to report?"
So, we recovered.
It's on the counter as she's talking.
We recovered some.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Roll it, Dex.
14.
Okay. Cool. None of them open, which is great. Go on, Elodie.
Yeah. So we recovered these Pokemon that appear to have been stolen by Team Energy, and we would like to return them to their owners.
They get excited. They say, "Oh my, that's wonderful. How did you get a hold of them?"
They were in a box.
They're going to make a check.
Yeah, that was so big.
They say, you said Team Energy had these?
That is correct.
I'm going to ask you again, where did you find them?
This is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah, this is gonna sound a little crazy.
But we ended up in one of their storage closets by accident, and I grabbed as many Pokeballs as I could carry to try to return them to the people they belong to. One of them's an Onyx. Be careful.
The person who is distributing forms and is talking to you looks at you very quizzically, and she says, "I'm gonna be honest. How do we know you didn't steal these?" And she like reaches for a radio.
Pretty much what I was thinking. It's like we wanted to return them here so that way they could get back to their owners. Like if we took them, why would we bring them here?
Gonna make a roll?
That seems pretty dumb.
They're starting. They trust Cindy more than Elodie for some reason. She says, "Would you be able to give me a listing of which Pokemon are in here?" And she pulls out a binder and she like flips through it. You can just say that you do. You don't have to do it yourself.
I read her my list.
Okay.
Blade hands?
Yeah, she cross-references and she says, "Okay, actually, a few of these match the descriptions of what we're looking for. About 5 of them do, but the rest we had no idea about. We'll hold on to them for now. So I guess just sign this form here to show that you've dropped these off and these do not belong to you, and you should be fine."
Thank you so much. I just want to make sure they get back to who they belong to, and we think that they were stolen from the Lily Cove Festival, so some of them might not have been reported here or reported yet. And I signed the form.
Cool. And she makes a little scribble, making it over what you just said, and she said, "So, one more time, where did you get these? A box? Where was the box? We'd love to do a follow-up if we could."
Building close by that we ended up in.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, "This is Mauville. There's a lot of buildings."
The Team Energy building, it was on the roof. There's like a...
Is it on the roof?
It was on the roof, yeah.
She says, "Team Energy doesn't have a building, at least not to our knowledge."
Can we tell which building it was?
You roll a history to see if you can describe it.
Oh no. That's a 5.
Is that... Can I?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
While she's rolling, Cindy's like, "Yeah, it was this like super tall building. We had to climb down the fire escape. There were people in offices. It was a whole thing."
A natural 20.
A natural 20. As you were descending the building, however many sessions ago, Elodie had noticed, as she was descending, a logo that was on the north-facing side of the building. And it was a big old S. And Elodie remembers that this is, in fact, the Hoenn branch of Silphco.
Holy crap, it was in Silphco.
I'm assuming Elodie explains this too.
Yes, I will explain that it was the Silphco building.
Notes,
oh, group notes. Okay, I was like, why is she so quiet? Okay, yeah.
Like,
I was like, I need to write this down.
Yeah. She says, "Oh, that's very interesting. Well, thank you very much." And she follows away.
Supply class on the roof.
Yes, on the roof.
Yes.
Don't forget, roof.
She says, "Okay, roof, got it." And then she ushers in the next person in line. And now you're just standing in the police station.
Should we go over to the lawyer building and maybe wait there?
Yeah, we can.
oh boy.
Cool. You start to head over towards the office of Clementine Sawyer, the lawyer. Clementine Sawyer has been spinning around with Liz for like a good 3 minutes, and their noodles are just kind of twirling. And he's just going, "Shucky, shucky, 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 shucky." He is obsessed.
Yep. So I don't mean to interrupt, but and I appreciate that you love my shuckle so much. I can't tell you enough. But we do need a little bit of assistance as well, if you don't mind.
He looks at you and his eyes are like watering with joy. And he says, "Oh, pardon me, where are my manners?" And he takes Liz and tucks her shell under his hat. And he reaches out his hand to shake it with you. And he says, "I'm Clementine Sawyer, the lawyer. Nice to meet you." Do you shake his hand?
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Return handshake.
Okay. And he goes for Schmidt as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Schmidt the entire time has like Quacko like tucked under his arm, and he's been like holding him with both hands.
Okay, great. He moves out of the doorway and goes over to behind a very large, wide mahogany desk, and there's a couple seats. And he goes over to his big leather chair, and he says, "Please, fellas, take a seat. What brings you in today?"
My friend here actually was issued a subpoena, and we were wondering if we could get some consultation on what our approaches are, especially given the current circumstance of our whole environment.
Well, do you hand it to him?
It's just slackjawed in awe at the eloquence in which Gimli is speaking.
Oh, I've been in these situations before. We've talked to a lot of lawyers.
Gimli is a criminal?
Picked up a thing or two. Mining's dangerous.
Mining's dangerous.
Do you hand him the
Yeah.
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 Clementine Sawyer, the lawyer, takes a look at it. He scans over, he says, all right. I know the fellas in Goldenrod. Let me see here. GTP first degree? This one's serious. Let me see. Farfetch'd. Wait, is that the Farfetch'd that you got there, kiddo?
Yes. So here's the situation. I was rooming with this guy when I was living in Goldenrod, and then he just disappeared one day. He was just gone, and so I was left to take care of the Farfetch'd. And so I took the Farfetch'd with me on vacation here, and I've been stuck here for quite some time now.
He takes note of this. He says, I see. So you're saying this Farfetch'd was recklessly abandoned, and you took care of him for the time being, correct?
Yes.
Is he registered to your trainer's license, or do you have his Pokeball on you?
No, sir.
Okay. Interesting. So this Nick fella still in possession of those things?
I believe so, yes.
He kind of frowns. He's looking over the subpoena. He says, I could probably take this case, but this is going to be a hard one to win. I'm going to need to do a lot of digging. You got any information on this Nick character?
He was always kind of sloppy. I don't know. He came to, because my mom works at the Goldenrod gym, and he came to as a gym hand there. But yeah, he just disappeared one day. I don't have any information after that.
He says, all right. And I see you've been summoned for, in 5 days, correct?
Yes, sir.
He takes off his hat, and Liz is fully tucked in, but he takes the shell and puts on his desk and strokes it as if he was stroking his beard that he doesn't have, because he is thinking. He's deep in thought. Now, this is a really big case, but if I were to win it, that would probably net me a lot of money. So I'm going to need some time to think about this. Do you have any means that I can contact you?
Do we have any means of which he can contact us?
Yeah, do we have anything portable?
A letter.
He says, no worries. I deal with clients all the time who don't have anything. So he goes into his desk and he pulls out a pretty cheap looking flip phone kind of PokéNav. And he says, you can use this for now. I got a lot of clients I got to visit today. I'll give you a call right away. For now, we can just assume I'll take this case. But I'm going to need you to dig up all that you know about this Nick character, all right?
All right,
yes, sir.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Because of course. Now,
another take in the case might be another visit from Liz.
he gets kind of excited, and he says, oh my God, son, you're so right. And he holds up Shucky. Not Shucky, but he holds up Liz. He's like, I'm gonna see you again soon, Shucky, okay? And he goes to kiss the shell. And Liz is just not out at all. It's just the red shell. Yeah. And he gingerly hands the shell back to you.
Thanks, Liz. Here's a lava cookie.
Perfect.
Yeah.
She takes a nibble. She enjoys it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the end of your appointment. Do you exit the office?
Yeah.
Okay. As you exit, who do you see? It's Elodie and Cindy. They weren't allowed in because they didn't come in with the Shuckle, so they had to wait with everyone else. You're all reunited. Congrats.
Hey, party separation worked out that time. Let's go.
It was pretty low risk tasks, to be fair, but yes, it did work out.
Man.
That's why I suggested we split the party, because it was low risk and near each other.
Yeah.
I know, but
So how did it go? They can just say how it went.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask that.
Yeah.
It was very into Liz. Very into Liz. We got a phone, and he's going to give us a call. Maybe at some point.
Is there anything that we need to do?
just wait. That's all we can do for right now. Besides, there's a little bit of information we might need to get, but that is largely up to Schmidt. So,
well, is there any way we can help?
We use a PC to dig up dirt on Nick.
Yeah, any way you can think of for us to help there, Schmidt?
The Pokey Facebook.
The Pokey Facebook. Do some research.
Yeah, you think you mentioned your mom hired him. Do you think your mom has info?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Maybe we can give her a ring at some point.
What's the plan for the party now?
To Jagged Pass.
Just gonna head northwards?
I think so. Like, we don't really. Do we want to supply or anything before we go? Like, that's the only thing I could think of.
Where's the next gym?
Might be.
No, but it moved. Yeah.
Yeah, it moved to Fall Arbor. Which I should write down. Which I have a map.
You do have a map.
Yeah.
So I think. Do I know where Fall Arbor is?
If you have the map, yes, you do.
So that's on the other side of Jagged Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cindy knows some things.
Yeah, and Cindy knows too, actually.
True, actually.
It is the city that is north of Lava Ridge. It is the second northernmost city next to Fortree. It has a high elevation because it's kind of in the volcanic mountains. And there's a route next to it that is always covered in soot when Mount Chimney is active.
It's not right now.
That's true.
Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing.
I don't know if like geographically that's the closest, but that is an option.
Well, do we have to loop around to get to like places like Lava? Well, we have to get there. Like, we go to Jagged Pass and then Lava Ridge after, right?
Jagged Pass is adjacent to both of those cities.
Right.
Well, that's what the problem is. My headcanon, because of the Pokemon games, has distorted my ability to get to Lava Ridge.
Oh, right, because you have to go through Mount Chimney to get there.
Yeah, so I'm like, I know for a fact that's not how that works, because that would be the worst city ever.
Yeah, it would.
But like, because it's like, how do I get here? Well, you got to traverse this huge mountain and then come down from the mountain. Like, are you serious? Like, yes, but the hot springs. Let me tell you. Okay. You don't think you built a road? Like, it's been 20 years since that game, like roughly for the scan.
Wasn't there like those ridges, like right off like those jumping hills, like to the side of the city?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that, like, connected to the path.
But imagine it was like over the time to like
put like some stairs there or something.
I was like, we could smooth this out. Like, which city you want to head to first? Because we have to go through one of them. So
right, so we go. Okay, so the path is Lava Ridge, Jagged Pass, Mount Chimney, Fall Arbor.
Yes.
Ideally. If nothing goes wrong, which
if nothing happens.
Track record. So.
Thank you all for listening to Dunsparce Drampa. We're proudly now selling fun new designs on Redbubble and constantly adding bonus content to our Patreon page, including post-show talks after every group episode. If you want to go all out with supporting the podcast, our Tier 3 patrons now get exclusive access to early, unedited sessions. You can find all of these websites, including our social media links, on linktree/Dunsparce. We can't wait for you to join us again on next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So to get to Lava Ridge, you're gonna have to go north and then go west. Fall Arbor is on the other side of Mount Chimney. It shows Mount Chimney is active here, right? So you could get to Lava Ridge without going in the desert. You can just go there. To get to Fall Arbor, you'd either have to scale Mount Chimney or go through the desert or go through, I think it's called the Hot Pass or something, or the Hot Cave. What's it called? There's a stupid hot cave that. So basically, yeah,
that's such a terrible name. I forgot about
it. It's not Hot Cave. What is it called? It's where you catch Fiery Path. That's way better than Hot Cave.
They should rename it Hot Cave.
Yeah.
We gotta go. They renamed it. They're like, oh, Fiery Path just ain't it. We're gonna call it Hot Cave.